Okay, and we're live. I know it's late, but we just got back from seeing the movie. Okay, here we go. First, we're going to bring in the Momeror. How you feeling, Momeror?
I actually should have a different call sign, I guess, right? I should
Ice
have a
Mom.
call sign. Ice Mom. Yeah. No, I don't like that one. I'm going to be Nav Mom.
And we're going to bring in the Top Gunner himself, the Iceman.
No, nice of you to drop by. Nice to see you today.
I honestly thought you were going to be the Aflac duck, like for Goose.
The what?
Do you remember Aflac for insurance? They used to have a duck in their commercial, and he used to go Aflac, something like that. I thought you were going to do something like that.
I'm not that smart.
But Iceman,
Yeah, it was good. Rest in peace, Iceman.
I get to pommel the enemy. All right, guys.
Great
So we just got back. It's midnight, and we saw Maverick. Your reactions?
I loved it. It was amazing. It was it's really just a beautiful movie. Like the shots are so beautiful. All the cockpit shots and like just seeing the planes just whizzing by. Like I just thought it was beautiful.
It was amazing. Momeror, what did you think?
Well, we talked about on the way home, and I would agree with what you said, Iceman. And yeah, that's a huge shout out. It was such a good moment. I think at the end of the first movie, when Val Kilmer, Iceman, and Tom Cruise, Maverick, kind of like had that coming to reckoning that you both can be amazing, and yet you work together for betterment for a nation. And then this movie was just so much like you're drawing back on things you knew, and they did such honor to that, but then they did it way better almost this time. It was just so, and none of it was CGI. The planes, it was so cool.
Yeah, I got a little 2-minute video clip I downloaded that I'm going to share about the making of this. And they show how they did some of it. Yeah, it's the cinematography is amazing.
It's so
and
good.
You need to see this in the theater for not only just the visuals, but the sound.
Mm-hmm.
You feel those afterburners. You feel it, when they're flying overhead. It's like it's startling almost. And very few people probably have a home theater sound system that'll do that like it does at a movie theater.
Yeah, it was incredible. Honestly, like I was getting tense. I was getting a little bit like my heart wasn't racing, but I was like getting like, oh my gosh, like white knuckling and whatnot.
I feel like I cheated us and we should have gone IMAX.
Yeah, that would have been dope. This
Like it was that good in
standard.
standard. It was that good.
Yeah.
That said, it's basically Star Wars: A New Hope, the movie itself.
Yeah, right.
That
was so funny.
Except it better. I mean, like it better in every way. Like it's not just a canyon run; it's a curvy canyon run with a inverted turn at the end, and then a shot, and then a pull out, and like that was just crazy good.
Amazing.
And how good is Miles Teller getting? Like every time I see him now, he's like better than he was in the previous movie.
Yeah, right.
We'll just ignore that Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, Fantastic.
Yeah, how terrible that was. Yeah, he's really turning into quite a good actor. And man, he got jacked up for this.
Yeah. Like when I see movies like this and I see like all the actors jacked, I think like if I was ever an actor, like I would want to get in a movie like this just so I have like that's my job.
Yeah.
Like you have an excuse to just like get jacked.
And personal trainers and dietitians to help you.
Right, and steroids and
on the way.
PEDs.
No, I don't think they steroid up. They didn't look steroided.
Yeah, not these guys, but like so, like I have a feeling the Marvel guys are on steroids.
You think Hemsworth's on steroids?
Or some PED. They got to be taking something. They look too juiced.
I don't know, but that was just a fantastic movie. I recommend it. I might even see it again.
That's interesting because when I was watching this movie, I was like, "This is amazing," but I don't think I would ever watch it again.
You don't think you'd go for an IMAX viewing just to really get immersed in it?
Probably not.
You're just going to save your energy for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Exactly.
Would you see it again, Momeror, or are you?
It's interesting. I think you and I, Granlund, have a very different perspective of this movie, given that we saw the first one the first time in the movie theater. Like,
In the theater.
yeah, for me, there was so much flashback, so much wow, and feeling myself in that moment. And I think there's just definitely a different perspective. So just going through the story, I don't know, it had a different feeling for me. So I don't know. I may wait till it comes out on something that we'll get. But it was very, very well done. Just
I'll get this on 4K.
Yeah, it was just very well done.
I will definitely get this
And
because
I
we have
think
the other one on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I think it definitely does an honor to our service, and it just did military service, naval service, I guess. They just did it right. They did it absolutely right.
But yeah, why are they the Navy and not the Air Force?
Well, the naval, like he was just a naval aviator, for this one.
But it doesn't. The Air Force is with the Army. Like each branch, I think, has their own aerial.
Well, the Army doesn't.
The Army doesn't.
The Navy and the Marines and the Air Force are your air combat units. Like John Glenn was a Marine aviator in Korea, and I think actually the end of World War II before he joined NASA. So those are your three branches that have the the capability to run jets and fighter aircraft like that. So just so happened with this movie, they put them on aircraft carriers, so they made it the Navy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I found it very interesting, like the whole like aspect of those ships. Like they had those cables that they stop like the planes with. Like I never like saw that before. I was like, oh yeah. That makes sense because you can't like have a full runway to actually slow down.
Yep,
that's cool.
And they have a like a steam catapult launch system to like really propel them out.
Really?
Get them up to speed. Yeah.
Wait, was that first plane? Was that real?
Yeah, all the planes.
Really?
I don't know about that first one, that test one he was flying.
Yeah.
To do Mach 10. I think that might have been a CGI thing.
I heard somewhere that every single plane in this movie, we have to check that out. You'll do your research. I know you will. There was absolutely no CGI for any equipment in this movie. That's what I heard.
Well, there had to have been some.
Well, no, as I was saying, the missiles, they were all CGI.
Right.
But none of the planes, none of the equipment.
None of the flying stuff. That was all real.
Yeah.
Just gave it this weight to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like models and CGI just can't provide.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Like, say that a Top Gun franchise spawned out of whatever. If they like down the road like went to CG planes, like it wouldn't be authentic. It wouldn't be the same. Like you need that in the cockpit, like they're actually moving that fast feel that like you just can't
seeing his face get stretched out under the G's and all that.
Right. Yeah, honestly, that was one thing I did think about in the movie. Since you guys are science teachers and whatnot, I was like, why do they say the force of gravity gets heightened? Like the force of gravity doesn't change. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Gravity's not
relative.
A force.
Yeah. Yeah.
The unit of acceleration.
That's crazy. You really feel you're like equivalently 2,000 pounds.
I guess if you pull 10 G's and you weigh 200,
right,
you would weigh a ton. I doubt Phoenix is going to weigh a ton because I don't think she was over like $130.
Or Tom Cruise. What is he, like 5'6" or something?
Yeah, he's probably like 122 pounds.
It's so funny with him next to Miles Teller. Like he's telling off Miles Teller, and Miles Teller just towers over him.
Yeah.
Although I did say, that's another thing I said on the way home, is that in the first couple movies, they always made sure that he was like, the camera angles always had him as level with every other guy. And then in this movie, you can just tell his growth. You could see there's a differential in the heights. So
it's
he's
like
a little wiser.
It's like in Minority Report when they're going after him and like he's 6 foot 200 pounds, and you're like, no, he's not.
Wait, really? They said that?
Yeah. And at one point, like when his ball thing comes out of the thing, and it's like, who's the target? Oh, it's I don't remember what his character's name was. And like, yeah, he's 6 foot 200 pounds or something like that. I'm like, No, he's like 5'8", 5'7". They digitally removed the step stool he stands on.
It's funny.
All right, here, check this out. Let me just throw this up real quick. This video.
In Top Gun Maverick, you're going to see real actors in the cockpit and the full capability of the airplane when you're watching the movie.
When you get up there, you have a new respect for fighter pilots. There's nothing like it.
That's a kill.
When I first found out that we had to be in jets, I was excited.
Game time, baby.
I didn't expect anything less because it's Tom Cruise. He does all of his stunts, so I expected us to have to do it too. But when it became real,
I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
oh, okay.
One of my favorite analogies that some of the Top Gun pilots have, it's like being strapped on to a dragon.
I told everyone, if you're going to take this role, part of it is being in that F-18. I don't know how to do it any other way.
Being in an F-18 is unreal.
There's going to be a lot of stuff that people see and go, no way they really did that. And we really did that. Tom said, I need this to happen at 30 feet above the ground. He was doing 480 knots, basically a 500-mile-an-hour race car. I've been doing this in these airplanes for a really long time, and I watch that and I go, wow, that's fantastic.
I wanted to celebrate the fighter pilot.
Watching them explore what we do, it's breathtaking.
There's nothing like it.
The Navy and the Top Gun team. Oh, they're amazing.
Dude, if that was playing right now, I'd go see it again. And if you're a teenager and you don't want to be an Air Force fighter pilot right now, I don't know what to tell you. There's no hope for you. That is just so cool.
Very cool movie. I loved it.
All right. So this versus Spider-Man No Way Home.
I think this was a better movie, but I think I enjoyed Spider-Man No Way Home more.
Interesting. I could see that.
What'd you guys say? What would you guys say?
Both movies have real like pathos in them, like with stuff that happened in this movie versus like stuff, Aunt May in the Spider-Man movie. Spoiler, I hope everybody's seen Spider-Man by now. If you haven't, again, I don't know what to tell you. You should have seen it by now. When Aunt May goes, there's genuine emotional moments in these movies that are great.
Oh yeah.
Great.
And plus, it's like I got to see Toby. I got to see Toby and Andrew Garfield in the last Spider-Man movie. Like,
yep,
that's all I need. That's all I need. That's why I said I enjoy it more. But I feel like this was just a better movie. Like every beat was placed at the perfect time. Really good moments. Tense. Like it's everything you want.
And it is a quantum leap better than the original.
Yeah,
honestly, it's a better movie, and I enjoy the original movie is just your typical 80s adrenaline fueled, action movie, with explosions and air to air combat and all that, and this is just better.
Mm-hmm.
This is just way better. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's late. We've been on for about 15 minutes almost, so I don't want to keep you guys up too long. Otherwise, one of us will fall asleep at the mic. Somebody will be talking, and all we'll hear is,
"I've got to go work out.
I've got to go score some steroids." That's actually from one of his movies. All right, so that's that, and hopefully we'll go live again sometime next week, and we'll look at the Obi-Wan. Will hopefully get better, and I don't know. Maybe we'll do Stranger Things one too, since that came out. We haven't watched that yet. But a lot of good stuff going on right now, TV wise and movie wise. So I had a good time. I'm glad you guys came out. And we'll bid you adieu. And until next time.
Oh,
See ya.
Meow.
Grandalorian out.